There is a lot of death flags on Herman with this episode. Like, the past couple episodes, Herman's had a lot of death flags, but with this episode, like, straight up, there was about 4 or 5 death flags on Herman in this episode. Like, holding off by himself at the door, seeing all these, horrors surrounding him about to kill him. He loses his Makai Knight armor, like, he can't maintain it anymore. And then he falls down a freaking elevator shaft, and then, he survives the girl, the maidservant or whatever, the Mendoza, transforming into a horror, and she doesn't technically kill him. So, yeah, he survived death multiple times in this episode, but a lot of death flags, like, straight up, he avoided death like a ninja. Like, Herman is a straight up ninja. He avoided all these death flags, ways he could have possibly have died in this episode of Garo, and I'm like, oh my god, is he going to die or not? Because there were so many instances in this episode of Garo where I was thinking, like, okay, I'm trying to accept, like, when I was in the quarter part of the episode, I was trying to accept that maybe he was probably gonna die. Like, I was trying to accept that, because there was just so many things going on, and I was, kind of, accepting it at the end of the episode. I was expecting a death, but we didn't get a death, and I'm like, what the hell is all these death flags for? Like, oh my god, just so much going on in this episode with, him trying to survive and fight against horrors, hold off the door and, allow it to where Leon, Alfonso, and all that can make it to him. And so, yeah, I wonder, is Herman gonna die? Like, the way it's being set up, it looks like he will. And we do have a Season 2, like, if you don't know, I've talked about it a couple times, but I'll mention it once again. If you're unaware, Garo is getting a Season 2. Like, if you go to My Anime List, the website, and you check Garo and all that, it says Garo Season 2 underneath that for the sequel. So, yeah, there's going to be a sequel. We're going to get more episodes after, this Part 1 ends. Now, I don't know if Garo's carrying over into the next season of anime. I have no idea. I don't know if the sequel is going to be next season, if it's going to skip next, season, go to summer season. I have no idea. But the way it's building up is we're probably going to be left on a cliffhanger, because it seems like the way it's going is Mendoza is going to win in Season 1. Like, he's going to straight up win. Because you have it to where this ultimate horror thing is about to be summoned and come and become awakened. And then you have it to where Garm is, thinking everything is right. But from what we find out from Herman talking with Mendoza in this episode, was that Garm is a very crafty person. For instance, Garm is a very smart person that would think about different strategies of how to win. It would never go against someone if, Garm thought it was impossible. So I wonder if, there is a way to beat Mendoza in his plans at the moment. I mean, of course there has to be. There's going to be a Season 2, but I wonder how it's going to go, how the cliffhanger is going to be. Now, moving past that point, one thing I do want to talk about was the world thing that Alfonso and, Leon went into in this episode. Like, they go into this other world thing, like this teleporter thing, okay? I don't know how to explain it. They go to this different dimension, and when they go there, they see skyscrapers. They see, like, modern day skyscrapers all around. It's like they're in Tokyo, Japan, or something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, what? Like, I know Mendoza created it, whatever, but I mean, like, the skyscraper? Like, what? Like, what? Like, how does Mendoza know that? And I'm thinking, like, are they trying to hint at something? I mean, like, you'd think Alfonso and Leon would be questioning, like, what the fuck is all this shit? They'd be looking around at these skyscrapers like, what the hell? Who built this? It's just the point. You'd be looking around and thinking, like, these structures are weird compared to what we're used to. And so, yeah, I mean, those structures to, them in their present day and age, they would think those structures are like alien. Like, they were made by aliens or something, the way they look. So, yeah. Anyways, the episode of Garo, it's a very good episode. It sets up a lot of death flags. Like, straight up a lot of death flags. You have it to where the girl maid thing, or, the girl maid servant that, works underneath Mendoza, she turns into a horror, and she goes to fight Leon and Alphonse and all of them, at the end of the episode, and then the cliffhanger. So, yeah, that is the episode of Garo. How do you all feel about this week's episode of Garo? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite moments about it? You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.